Hello, I'm excited about a new author that we have among us. She's an anointed, talented woman with a quiet spirit. You would never know what she's carrying, but she's fully loaded. Her name is Bakiba Raines. Bakiba, how you doing?
Very well, Pastor.
I
How
am
are you?
honored to have you. I'm excited about this book that you're writing. We had a previous conversation about it. It's called I Am the Crown.
Yes.
Now, what made you come up with that subject, I Am the Crown?
I Am the Crown. I've been carrying that title since 1999.
Wow.
Yes. I went to a bookstore to find books on helping people who love addicts. And I couldn't find it. I remember being in the bookstore and I was like, I am the crown. He's got all this help. I need help.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to write a book and it's going to help people who are loving addicts. And of course, the book didn't materialize to that. Another one's coming though.
Okay.
But that is how I came up with the title of I Am the Crown.
Okay. Now, before this book, though, when you actually wrote the book, you came to me about a ministry that God put in your heart.
Yes.
What's the name of the ministry?
Sister, You Matter.
So you're the one that's behind the scenes that's been putting up the billboards.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Well, Sister, You Matter came actually from the book I Am the Crown. I actually struggled with changing the name of the book from I Am the Crown to Sister, You Matter because throughout the book it says Sister, You Matter.
Wow.
And I kept struggling with it and struggling. No, the name of the book is I Am the Crown. The ministry then became Sister, You Matter. And it started out as my message. I want every woman, every girl that I encounter to know that she's worth everything and more, regardless of the external things that she is trying to achieve in her life, like a good education or a good marriage or a good home. Just at her core, at her crown, she matters. And I feel like if we start communicating that message to each other as women and girls, and if our men communicate it to the women and girls in their lives, it will shift some things. We're carriers of life, women are.
You know, one thing I've noticed when different people have done different things. Michael Fox, when he got Parkinson's disease, he became an advocate for Parkinson's disease. And most times when others are affected by something in their lives, they become an advocate for that. They find out that's their ministry.
Yes.
What made you want to get into that realm of Sister You Matter, of people knowing what their worths are?
So I found myself in the social service arena, working primarily with children in foster care. And I could have real conversations with those young people.
Why is that?
Because I knew how they felt.
Well,
I knew what it was like to not feel loved by your parent or to be important enough to keep a date. Or I remember so many times birth parents would plan or schedule a visit with the children and wouldn't show up.
Wow. And you know how that felt.
Yeah. My birth father would commonly set up a time for us to meet or come pick me up to spend the night and wouldn't show up and wouldn't call.
Wow.
And that happened for many, many years. And even over in adult life, there were promises made or things that he would say to me that really, really, really didn't elevate my value. And I think because of that, I started trying to validate myself. Good education, wanting to make great choices and not make mistakes in life. Ended up going into the social service area and working with children in foster care particularly. And I saw so much of those children in me and me in them. And so I could have honest conversations with them. You know, you think about you've been removed from your home, whether it was dysfunctional or not. It's still your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brothers. And how do you cope with not being validated or being even surrounded and in some places not even loved by the people who actually gave you birth here on this earth? And so I began, it's very important to me that anybody that I encounter, that they understand their worth. When we understand our worth, just us, not the stuff that we've accumulated or that we desire to have, just us at our core, we know our value, it impacts everything and everyone we encounter.
So in the book, it really deals with people, how they perceive themselves.
Yes.
And if this is the wrong perception, how to change that.
Yes.
Man, this is powerful.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about that, though, because we talked a little bit more about that. Tell me just slightly a little bit more about it. Tell me, what will this book do to a person after they read it? How will they feel after they read it?
My desire is that it will give them hope. It will also let them know, there are a lot of things that women endure that we keep secret, like rape,
Okay.
Abandonment, divorce.
Wow.
We don't talk about those things, those
Right.
feelings that come as a result of mine is rejection. But what I learned was that these are not issues that are unique to me. Lots of other women carry them. We just don't talk about them.
So this book is like having the conversation that you really don't know how to have.
Yes.
It takes someone who has really felt those pains and wounds and been wounded by it.
Yes.
That is so great. Now, it's going to be a book signing at New Life, and the New Life is going to be on the first Sunday of the year, and it's going to be at First Annex 2, both the 9:30 and the 11 o'clock service. After both of those services, then on the second Sunday is going to be at Annex 5 and Annex 6.
Yes.
After those services as well.
Right.
Well, I'm excited. I know it's going to be a blessing to many people. And what is the last impression you want the reader to know about in this book?
Honestly,
Yes.
sister, you matter.
Wow. Wow.
Regardless of everything you've gone through or everything that you will encounter, you still matter.
Wow. There's something that I love about you that has stood out to me. Most people would love to own the ministry. You were ministering to people with the sign Sister You Matter for several years now. And nobody knew who it was. But it was about getting the message out.
Yes.
And then now it's time for you to introduce this book. You have to come forward. But I believe that the things that has been done in secret, God will reward you openly. I bless this book. And I bless you for being willing to share that. And you've been that quiet soul that's been in the background. And I believe that this is a year that people will be coming out of the background, coming forth, that God has preserved for times like this. And I'm excited about your book.
Thank you, Pastor.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right.